Hey, we got more gun stuff. Why is there a gun mod inside the kitchen? I have no idea. Open last search. Entry. Look up and think of me. Okay, transcript. They wouldn't let me keep her, but I know we'll raise her with love, perhaps more than I could make time for. You're patient and present in a way that I am not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Parvati. Tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July 7th. Make her feel special when I can't. She likes it when I sang to her. It was the only time she stopped crying. Aww. Almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have part of it memorized. I reckon I'll take the next volume to work in the cannery. There's an unused office. Okay. Cartridge.
Wish we had some better rations.
Oh, look, it's the constable. I wonder who's going to be the constable this time. More bits. The fuck? I thought you're dead.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need help with a marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
I've got some questions for you, if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
He kidnapped me, unfroze my body, and shot me into space. Then I landed here.
Shot you into space? You know, lying to a Spacer's Choice Constable is a violation of company policy and punishable by a fine.
If the board's paying, I'm willing to collect that bounty.
Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority.
So who do I have to talk to?
Any information regarding outstanding bounties and wanted criminals should be directed to Mr. Udom Bedford. Mr. Bedford's office is located on the Groundbreaker.
Groundbreaker, what's that?
Halcyon's original colony ship, now repurposed into a space station. Mr. Udom Bedford represents the board's interest on the Groundbreaker. Something else I can do for you?
More questions?
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable...
So, who do you work for? Spacer Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
So you're basically a bureaucrat.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it.
Who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
There was one other thing.
Something to report?
No. I wonder if I can do this. Oh my god, I can.
You trying to... What do you think you're doing?
Whatever I want.
Do what you want, I guess.
Okay, cool. Did I lose anything? Hang on. Reputation 5. Okay, it does decrease it by 1.
Wish we had some better rations.
Why isn't that marked as the constable?
I know how you feel.
So weird. Doc Mabel Burgess. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, the writ execution effective immediately for Mabel Burgess, former Spacer's Choice physician condemned to the charge of dereliction of duty, disappeared from Edgewater, 2 parcels of Adrena time, at large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, vandalism and unlicensed practice of medicine on seditious criminal. Generous bounty. Payment on delivery. Must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes for details. Wanted, Barry Cotton. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, the writ execution effective immediately for Bertie Cotton, former Vecard station in Edgewater Vicarage, no longer in good standing with Halcyon Branch Order of Scientific Inquiry, at large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder for a company worker in good standing, sedition, and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty. Payment on delivery. Must be able to sign your name. See Constable Reyes for details. Wanted, Gilliam Gill Antrim. From the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ execution effective immediately for Gilliam Antrim, former Spacer's Choice Association mechanic, terminated from his position and escorted from Edgewater on grounds of authorization use of Adrena time, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, theft and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Whew.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Oh, sweet merciful law! A marauder's in my domicile!
Where? Where?
Wait a second. I heard marauders don't talk much. You can talk just fine. Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
I heard you muttering to yours. Nope. You want me to tell you what got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Yes. I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
You should put a sign over. Wait, you got the plague? Get away from me, you leper!
You're right. I'm plagued. I'm afflicted. I know it's hard to believe, what with the fine and dashing figure I got. But it's all true. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
Depends on what you need. Actually, you can't afford me.
I'll scratch something together for you. Sell off some of my sundry at Moreau's if I have to. Just hear me out. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Not so fast. I got some questions.
I'll do what I can.
I assume there are no guards.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
What can you tell me about these marauders?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
Why can't you buy medicine yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
Come now, Abernathy, you don't look a day over 90.
Tell myself the same thing every morning. You seen those young workers at the cannery? What with their unbent spines and pristine knee joints? I can't compete with that.
I've heard enough.
So you'll do it then?
I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
You're taking an awful risk trusting me, you know.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
I'm here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Goodbye.
Somebody's been running around talking about the Hope. Wonder if that's a new drug of some kind.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Excuse me?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
No, let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Abernathy's paying me for my trouble. Can you match his offer?
I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you. Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
That's the constable. Bob.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Listening to you make my head hurt.
This is what happens when you eat with your fingers. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
Speaking of burials, Silence sent me to collect your fees.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
I don't understand a word you said.
I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
I don't care, just pay up.
With what? My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know.
Much obliged.
Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
What do you think you're doing?
Whatever I want.
Just keep your fingers to your own self, okay?
6. Okay, only 1%. That's not bad at all. Conrad, the receptionist, shot himself. This is bad. Company is going to have a call for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay for his body price. This is going to ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene has a full set of gold teeth, heirloom, passed down his family or something. You're processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet and use the bits to pay for his body price. And nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't write me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Waggle, waggle. Hi. Light pistol. Take those.
What can I do for you?
You sound like you've had some medical training.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
So you prepare corpses for burial. Pretty specific job description.
You may think that, but the tidiness of my fellow worker is my responsibility, alive or otherwise. Whether you're showing up to work or going to that great cannery in the sky, it's my job to make you look like a million bits.
I'm looking to repair my ship.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
Your vicar?
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
You don't seem to like him much.
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
I got some questions.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
That sounds exhausting.
As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
What are the symptoms?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
What you're describing sounds like the flu.
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol.
Why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Sensible.
We're a sensible people.
That's all for now.
What can I do for you?
I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees?
You know about Eugene? How?
Shrug.
Were you snooping around in my things? Or was it just dumb luck? Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
I don't care. I'm just here to collect your dues.
Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with
Thank
my
you.
signature and an IOU.
Bye. God, these people. Talk. Nothing back here? Oh, whoa, what the? Anna, your mother passed away from the plague. She wasn't chosen to receive medical treatment and failed to recover on her own. I found a site near the ocean to bury her. I know it's company policy to have her burial in the graveyard. I just can't afford the fees. I'm heading out after dark to put her to rest. Say my final goodbyes and all. I know it's dangerous to go out alone at night, but I have to chance it. And if you're reading this, I want you to know that your mother was a good person. Don't blame her for what happened. She worked as hard as she could It just wasn't hard enough in the end. Love, Dad. So that was the lone gravesite. Oh, that's so sad. Because now all the family is dead. That's the child, and the father is also dead, and the mother is also dead. Oh. That's so sad. Kind of.
And your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of...
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Boss won't let us have any Adrena time.
Something's not... Take him down! I just earned a fine bonus!
No one should see me.
Hey, that's...
What do you think you're doing?
Whatever I want. Go away.
I don't have time for this.
Six. Oh, it's still 6. Huh. Interesting. Sometimes it decreases, sometimes it doesn't.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
I go where I want.
Hey, keep it down. That kind of talk's bound to put sights on the both of us.
I will kill whoever
I'm in
comes
about
for
as
me.
much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
I don't mind.
I don't know which company you work for, but if it's Spacer's choice, boss can still write you up for fraternizing with an incompetent worker. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
Medicine and dumb? You should really get drunk. Alcohol killed germs.
I'm not allowed to leave the sick house. Even if I were, I shouldn't be at the cantina.
Why not?
I don't want to spread what I've got. And I don't want to bring their spirits down. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself for falling sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening.
And I will kill them
I'm
if they
feeling
do
a
anything
touch
about
faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
it. Fine.
I don't want any trouble.
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. I'll set them straight.
And your rations yet?
Yep. 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
I've been asking myself that same question.
Oh, I ask myself questions all the time. For example, why do we spend money on these fancy latrines when we have a perfectly good wall outside?
Hey, you might be onto something.
What can I say? I was blessed with a gift of insight. Might have made a fine administrator if I weren't a lowly cannery worker. Being a cannery worker has its perks, though. I'm encouraged to imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even got myself a tidy little injury discount.
You're injured?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel.
Oh,
Shredded
God.
my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
Huh. Not a bad deal.
Oh, you can say that again. The Spacer's Choice family is the only family I'll ever need.
I don't know you.
Alex Hawthorne, Captain Unreliable.
Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Charm, perception. What a fine establishment it is.
You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying to keep the floors clean. You got no idea how long it takes to scrub the tiles. Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be curt. We just got some problems lately. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those deserters. You understand.
Fine by me. Let's see what's on the tap.
Coming right up.
Oh. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice.
I want to talk to Reed. We're gonna find him.
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
You say that like that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
Something else I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
What's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Not trying to... No, I can't do that. There's no need to be so rude.
And there's no need for you to pry either.
What if I told you I just got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
I'm not joking. My escape part landed in the hills on top of a guy.
Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some zero-G. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
It almost sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I imagine you want to get out of town with a plague and all.
Keep it down, will you? We don't talk about the Playge.
That's not how you spell it.
Not here. And if you're smart, you won't mention it anywhere. I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
Bye.
Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice.
That's a nice one. Just felt like chatting.
Go ahead.
I've been asking around. No one seems to know anything about the Hope.
The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something.
Why is it no one wants to talk about the Hope?
I don't know what fancy bars you've been crawling, but the rest of us make do with 0G. 0G brew, an ale that's good for what ails you.
There's... The Hope's out there somewhere with hundreds of thousands of other colonists.
Would you keep your voice down? You're gonna get the whole cantina written up. The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it.
You sound scared.
Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this.
Whatever, just give me a drink.
Coming right up.
Okay. I'll take that. Sweet. I didn't even look around the room before I looted stuff. Someone could have been up here. The general store.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
I need to fix my ship. Where do I get the parts?
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
I got some questions for you.
Go right ahead.
What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
The blister on my ass is prettier than this place.
Do us both a favor and don't try to prove your point. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
Actually, there was.
Go right ahead.
Anyone I should watch out for?
Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
Anyone else?
I'd keep a few paces between myself and Miss Holcomb, the town mechanic, since her dear father left the workforce. No ill intent in her, mind. Just a queer sort, restless, scatterbrained, inclined to do first and think after, if you take my meaning.
Interesting. That's everyone I should know about?
Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kim. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether. Word is, they're gonna replace her with an auto-mechanical barkeep. She's, what's the word? Obsolete. You don't want to associate yourself with that kind of person.
So, about this plague that's supposed to be going around.
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Are you done being delusional, or should I wait?
I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. We ain't sick, we're rugged. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
That doesn't make any sense.
Spend enough time in the Spacer's Choice family, and you will come to understand. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
If you don't work hard enough?
Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded. Work your jaw on.
Spacer's jaw?
Music to my ears.
Yay! Mac pick. Buy all three of them. Thank you. A sawed off. Maxwell. Mechanic overalls. Tech skills. Spacer's Choice. Mining helmet. Worker's outfit. Huh. +5 to all tech skills. Actually not bad. That's a pretty decent outfit, but it means that I have to switch it in and out, and that's just not okay. Okay, thank you. Stun baton. Too bad. Junk. 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 Cool. Oh look, tech skills. +5. So all these get a +5. I wear that. It's okay. Sell value is okay. Oh, energy. So I want that shock cannon there. I don't think I care for the sniper. So let's just get rid of that. Shotgun, that, launcher, shock cannon. It's like, I wonder why that opened. I know, right? Buddy, me too. Wait, what's that? None. So, can I... Oh my god. Hi. Hi. I just took everything he has. I love it. $49 out of 60. Yeah, I gotta sell.
Spacer's Choice, the brand of choice for spacers on a budget. Music to my ears.
God, that's so good.
Something got you down?
Nothing. Just don't want to fall sick.
This is where we enter town, right? No. Oh, hi. You know about that whole request for unlimited mag picks? Never mind. I have so much now.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Let's go to the church. I'm guessing this is the church. Resident. Resident.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Can I sit? No.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
I'm looking for a power regulator.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
I've been outside. I'm not impressed. And I can handle myself better than any vicar.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
Handsome? What kind of weirdness you are all into around here?
What? You seem the perfect type to go blindly into the wild on a suicidal quest. I'm looking for a journal, a handwritten book, with the name M. Bokonu on the cover. I'll pay you to find it.
I assume you want to burn it once you get your hands on it.
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Maybe I'll get your book and sell it to someone else.
I can assure you, you won't find another willing to risk imprisonment to possess this book, nor anyone willing to pay the price I can offer.
Seems to me the authorities would be interested to hear you're after this contraband text.
On the contrary, my position means that I am one of the few legally allowed to possess such items. But do not worry. You'll be safe since you are acting on my behalf.
You make a compelling argument.
Glad we see eye to eye.
I'll look for it.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here. Any progress on that matter we discussed?
I haven't found it yet.
Please get it.
You seem pretty concerned about that book. Care to tell me why?
A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector would desire to possess such a rare book. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written word outside monthly periodicals is virtually unknown here.
How do you know I'm an outsider?
I've never seen you before. And there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
I'm no animal. I don't like being insulted by you and your high-falutin language.
I merely meant to say that you're not beaten down by... You know what? Forget it. You have my sincerest apologies.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
Seriously, what are you selling here?
Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't find these tried and true words of wisdom to your liking.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
How much to put it in a good word for me with the Grand Architect, you know, unofficial like?
That's not how it works. The Grand Architect has no concern for us beyond setting the plan in motion.
I don't get it.
Obviously. Look, if we can figure out how to read the grand plan, we can more perfectly align ourselves to it, bringing everyone peace.
Really? How does that work? Tell me more.
Well, first there's the matter of the secret blood rites and animal sacrifices. I'm kidding. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
Okay. Anything else?
Any progress on that?
Oh, of course, but I have something else to ask you.
What would you like to discuss?
Never mind. Alright, so that's everything. Good. I think I've fully explored this town. Yep. I just need to do the Saltuna Cannery, and then I'm done. One hand severed at the wrist, some bone damage. People, this is our second unscheduled amputation in as many months. Please exercise caution and safety around machinery. Maintenance fee will be deducted from your pay. Oh my god. Got your hand lopped off? We're deducting it from your pay.